tuned in. Even though there is so much going on in the world, it is just a lot. Ladies, you want to jump right into girl chat?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Please.
All right. Well, believe it or not, this is the first time we've all been together since the horrific events that took place in our nation's capital last week. As I'm sure a lot of you all saw, a pro-Trump mob of rioters and domestic terrorists stormed the United States Capitol in what many are calling one of the darkest days in our nation's history. The insurrection led to the deaths of 5 people, including 1 police officer who was simply doing his job. It's being reported that House Democrats will be introducing articles of impeachment against President Trump this week for inciting the events that took place, unless Vice President Pence decides to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove the president from office. However, many Republicans are now claiming that impeaching the president again, so close to him leaving office, would serve no purpose other than further dividing our country. Ladies, what do you think should happen? So much craziness going on.
There's a lot to unpack. I feel like first of all, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I kept on changing the channel just because I thought, okay, this can't be real. I mean, this is our capital.
Yeah.
And, I feel so many different ways. I'm conflicted. I feel like, yes, they should try to impeach him. I know some of the Republicans are saying that if we impeach him, that it will be divisive for the country. We have been divisive and divided for the past 4 years. So what will be different? I also feel like if they invoke the 25th Amendment, that's good too, but I don't know if Mike Pence is going to go against Trump. I mean, he showed a little bit of strength when he confirmed that Biden did win the election, but I don't know if he's going to go that far. And I also feel like if Trump resigns, he still gets, security for the rest of his life. He still gets paid. There's a lot of things that still come, and I feel like we have to make sure whatever we do, there's only 8 days left for him to be in office, that he can't run. I want whatever will stop him from being able to run again if he ever wanted to. That's really and then just get rid of him altogether. It's a lot to unpack. It's hard to see. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say.
Well, first of all, the footage that I'm about to call for could be a trigger to some people. So I'm giving this warning to please leave the room. Please have small children leave the room, because I want to show something that happened during the unrest. There was a Capitol Police officer that was being crushed by a door. And this is the type of thing that was happening during this event. This was unlawful. What people were trying to do was stop the process of democracy. And if you want to understand something, when Black people complain, when women complain, we have had marches in D.C. before. When we had the BLM protest march, there was already National Guards. They show you, they were in force, okay? When we did the Women's March, there was force all around.
Yes, there was.
We're trying to figure out why this rally of people, there were thousands of them, that it wasn't the same type of protections. And the thing is that what they did was illegal.
They tried
to stop. Well, the whole point is, that's why a lot of Black people, when we saw it, we was like, we tried to tell y'all, this ain't our fight. Yeah. This y'all fight.
Yeah. Right.
Honestly, that's what a lot of people felt. And they felt this way because we've been telling y'all for years that there's inequality. Even when it comes to protesting, 100%. It's inequality.
Yes.
So, you know what?
100%.
To answer your question, Munchkin, yes, he should be impeached because he incited a riot that killed 5 people. Yes. And not only just 5 people, there was also an additional officer, a DC officer, who committed suicide because of this. There were people that, they have to go through mental trauma. And the whole point of I don't understand Mike Pence. Why won't you invoke the 25th Amendment? He tried to get you dead anybody's gonna
Right.
try to kill
He
me.
sure did.
That's unhinged. That has never been heard of in the history of our
Right.
country. So yes, we do need to impeach him. I agree with you, Garcelle. We want it so that he does not have to, he cannot run again, that he will
Right,
get his
exactly.
Yeah.
pensions taken away. We
Yeah.
have to try to control this. And,
Yeah.
and this is the last thing I'm going to say. The good thing about all of this, the insurrection
That's right.
did not work. That tells
Yep.
you about our democracy. That tells you about our people. It got delayed, but it didn't stop a damn thing. Joe Biden will be the president. Kamala Harris will be the vice president. And we're going to mend and we're going to work on healing. And we got to get through this pandemic. That's the most important thing right now is getting people back to
Agree,
work, getting our
Gotta stay
kids back
alive.
in schools. And that's what we got to concentrate on.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Woo!
That's right.
I'm hot.
Well said.
That
Lonnie.
is
Lonnie-
right. I hear that.
Not to mention, Lonnie, besides the inhumane footage that we had to see, with your example that you pulled up, which I'm glad you took it there, Lonnie, because we really, over the days that passed, we have to look beyond just the social media footage that was captured from people who were willing to release it, but actually see from cameras some of the disgusting acts that were taking place, not only on the police that were trying to protect Capitol Hill, but also police officers and enforcers that were allowing some of the rioters to come in, some of the terrorists to go ahead. I mean, I was seeing fist bumps. We saw a couple of representatives actually open the back door to let more of the terrorists come in. There was a lot of activity that was very revealing to what we needed to see. And for that, I am with you guys. I can't picture 2024, this jerk trying to run again, honestly.
No,
And
no,
I can't ever imagine him continuously being taken care of by our government when he put us in harm. However, the 25th Amendment is an amendment that was supposed to be for a president that happens to be in some type of physical condition that cannot operate as a president. So I don't know if it means contorting the 25th Amendment to put that into practice now, but impeachment, I'm all for. The only thing, though, that I am in fear of, literally in my own home in fear of, is what is our governmental security going to be like? For patrons that are just living in their own homes, neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I have friends that had Joe Biden and Kamala Harris signs up on their house, but as soon as Capitol Hill went down, they actually took the signs off their front lawns,
Yeah,
afraid
that's
of
smart,
what the
actually.
hell this mayhem is
Isn't
going
that
to look like
crazy?
for their neighborhoods.
That's so crazy.
That's the crazy thing, yes. So,
crazy.
even though I think impeachment, I'm for that personally. I can't think personally just for me and Jeannie Mai's opinion. I have to think about what does this mean for people who are in dangerous places where terrorists like this could react, not on Capitol Hill, but in neighborhoods, on
Well,
personal property,
yeah.
in schoolyards.
I do want to
Because again, we have to remember that not all Trump supporters are bad and are terrorists.
No.
But 100%
No, they're not.
of those people that were inside Capitol Hill terrorizing were Trump supporters.
Out of control.
So
But
make
that was
that
mob
very clear.
mentality, though. That was mob mentality. And the reason why this actually was able to go down is because D.C. is a district. It's not a state. That's the reason why we keep pushing for D.C. to become a state. If D.C. was a
Right.
state, then you would have had a governor. The governor could have called in the National Guard. The closest governor that tried to call in the National Guard for D.C. was Maryland. He had to wait. It's reported that he had to wait 3 hours for the National Guard because the DOD is the people that is in charge of the National Guard. The Maryland governor couldn't get approval
That's
to bring in the
insane.
National Guard.
No.
So
No.
so my thing is this. Do not be afraid, Jeannie. Do not be afraid. It is your wife. There was nothing done wrong. This was a fair election. The reason why they were upset, they were trying to overturn the election because they felt like the election was unfair. And it's not true.
Yeah.
It's been certified in 50 states, all different states,
Right.
all different people,
Right.
Republicans, Democrats. It's a lie
Well,
that
it
they're
wasn't
being
fair
told.
because they didn't
It's
win.
a lie.
Guys, we can talk around this all you want. It is clear as day that there is clearly a difference in black and minorities protesting, even women, like you said, the Women's March, versus what happened the other day. It was white people. Guys, let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is. That is literally prejudice and racism. It's very clear. They can do that and they stand by and they watch them walk out with our statues, and versus, what happened with
Right.
Tamika Mallory and
Well, the
other people
FBI 's
who are arrested for peaceful protests versus like literally breaking an entry and stealing things. Huge difference.
You know what's
Well,
crazy
I
is the
believe
fact
The
that
justice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the FBI has a list of wanted posters. They're taking those camera photos and they're
Yes, they
making posts and they're looking out for people. And there are some arrests. It's just going to take some time, but there are
There
some
weren't arrests done on
So-
site like there were at the protests. Where was the
No,
arrest
because
done
there
on
weren't any
site,
people.
yo?
well,
There was no. That's true. I agree. You know, as of this moment, 82 of those people have been arrested as we're taping this. So you guys, I want to move on though to this though, because Twitter decided to finally take a stand against the president, announcing Friday that they have permanently suspended him from the platform Twitter due to the risk of further incitement of violence. And while many applaud the action, some supporters of the president have wrongly claimed the move was a violation of free speech and his First Amendment rights. In addition, it was announced that Apple and Google have removed the conservative Parler application from their stores following the platform's failure to implement a proper moderation plan. So, ladies, what do you think of these decisions, this banning them on social media?
It's
Is
not
it a good thing?
It's not freedom of speech.
I was shocked.
It's
but-
an app.
Go ahead.
It's an app. It's not freedom of speech. He still has his websites. He still has things that you can find the information that you want directly from him on his platforms. These platforms are simply saying, we don't want no parts of this violent, like you said, it literally incites violence. If you are tweeting and doing things that are causing issues like this, the app absolutely has the right to say, yeah, we don't want this on our platform. And again, that's not freedom, that's not taking away his freedom of speech, because he has his own platform, his own websites,
Right.
where he still can put this information.
One more thing, just to Munchkin's point, anyone that signs up for an app, you agree to their terms and conditions. So the terms and
Exactly.
conditions, they have a list. So it's not,
Yeah.
they're not a federal agency.
Yeah.
They're a private company. So
They're an
that's
app.
the reason why they're
Yeah.
able to do that. Okay, Garcelle, I'm
That's
sorry.
what I was
Exactly.
going to say. The First Amendment is for the government. It's not for an app. You know, it's not for Twitter, Facebook, Parler. By the way, I never heard of Parler until this came up. But I am so happy that these social media platforms have decided to do this. I wish they had done it 3.5 years ago, honestly. But the fact that somebody who has over 75 million followers can incite violence, can be so disruptive, can
unacceptable.
spew all these lies, I am so happy that now he is cut off, for a lack of a better word. Cut off. He can't keep doing this. And if we can keep this up for as long as he's alive, I say yes, yes, yes. So bravo to those social media platforms who are taking a stand for America and for our democracy. I think it's brilliant.
Yes, and to
Words are
anybody who's
dangerous.
offended by this and happens to be a member of Twitter, Instagram, any of these social media apps, the one thing they say is that if you ever fear or feel in danger, if you feel like anybody's bullying you, you can absolutely report them to be removed. How is this any different? That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And it's about damn
Yeah.
time.
Really.
He
Yeah.
literally is putting into force the action of bullying. It's beyond bullying at this point. So it makes sense for him to be removed.
And
I
words
really
are
think-
important. It really is. Words are very, very dangerous. It's very, very
They're
important.
very powerful.
Words
And
mean
it's-
things.
And he was using this as his message. So, yeah, it means a whole lot. There are even reports that he was getting satisfaction off of tweeting, and then he would look at the television and see his tweet or see his name instantly.
Being
Well,
active.
they
So,
were watching.
you know.
Did you guys see the footage of them watching what was happening on Capitol at the Capitol?
Yeah.
They were actually watching and playing music. I mean, if that's not criminal act, I don't know what is. Really.
No, we just have
I
to be,
just have
you know,
such a hard time understanding how people can say that they are so pro-America or that they are so patriotic and yet watch this happen to our government and think that it's okay to overthrow the government or to do things like this. How can you say that you are patriotic and pro-America and think this is okay? And for those that voted for Trump or are Trump supporters, is this the America you want? This is what you want? This is what you voted for?
Those people who have voted for Trump would argue that they did not advocate for that. Like they're drawing a line that is not them. The example that went on at Capitol
Well,
Hill.
this is
not
what we
who they
told
are.
them
So-
it would be.
Right.
This is what we
Well, on
said
that
it would
note,
be.
we're gonna keep talking
Congratulations, you
about
played
this.
yourself.
So a lot of people are not feeling Vogue magazine's February cover featuring Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Now, the cover shows Harris wearing a black suit, jacket, white t-shirt, and Converse sneakers in front of a scrunched up pink fabric background. Now, critics call the cover disrespectful and below the Vogue standards, with some even accusing of the magazine of whitewashing. And to make matters worse, according to CNN, Kamala's team had reportedly expected a different photo for the cover, one where she was wearing a power blue suit. So, ladies, let's get into this. I have so many thoughts. I feel like as an art director, this was lazy work. This is lazy. Kamala Harris, this is the first black vice president-elect, and this is how you're gonna do her? I felt like it was lazy. I felt like it was disrespectful. It didn't show her and who she was. This cover, it looks like she's whitewashed. The background is terrible. I feel like it's time for the changing of the guard at Vogue, and that means Anna Wintour. I feel like this was disrespectful. I don't like it at all, and I think she deserves better. So there, I said it. What do you guys think?
I love Garcelle, man. Off with her head.
Well, I just want to say the person that did the photo shoot, the photographer, was the young man that did Beyonce's for Vogue. I believe
that
his
wasn't
last
good
name
either.
is Mitchell.
That one wasn't good either.
Okay.
What is
All right. Well,
happening?
Beyonce could have looked so much more amazing.
Can we show a really good, I believe, a good photo?
Lord.
Let's get your opinion on this.
I liked
of Kamala's
it.
on Elle magazine. This was something that we were
Yes.
kind of looking forward
Beautiful.
to. Something
I
like
love
that.
that.
That's powerful.
very
That
effervescent.
shows her in a good position. Let me tell you, the pink and green was supposed to be an ode to her sorority, aka because their colors are pink and green. But baby, let me tell you, as part of the Divine Nine, we would never allow something like this. We AKAs don't even.
Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you.
They don't do. We don't do that, honey. And it's being reported that this was a last-minute switch, and I believe that that is true because when this was the first one that came out, and then once the criticism happened, then they brought back the
They
the
followed
powder
with
blue
the second
suit.
cover.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
because they was like, wait a minute. So
Now there's two
Anna-
covers available. She has two covers.
Exactly. So
Okay,
I don't
can
know.
I
What do you
just say
think?
something? Wait,
So,
can I just say
I
something before
appreciate the
the beehives come
correction.
after me? I'm just saying that Beyonce is gorgeous, and it could have been a better cover, but she's gorgeous.
Yeah, you didn't
before
like-
the
yeah, you didn't
beehives
like
come
the
after
cover.
me.
You didn't like
Got
the
you.
cover. Girl,
Got you.
we all know
You're just saying you didn't like it.
There's Beehive, do not come for Garcelle. She loves Queen Bee. She's just saying she didn't like the art direction. Okay,
That's
so
right.
for me, when I saw it, the first thing my eyes drew to were the kicks, honestly, the chucks, because I was like, oh, wait,
loved
that's
the
interesting with a
chucks.
suit. But then she explained that on her campaign trail, that's what she wore all the time.
Right,
And then obviously
right.
the art direction with the colors in the back, I'm with you all. I definitely think that it looked like it was just kind of thrown into the backdrop to try to
I did that.
makeshift
I did it.
something. However, what I just loved is I loved Kamala on the cover of Vogue. I loved that it was her. She didn't get Vogued out. She didn't get like smoky eyes and an off the shoulder something, although I'm excited about that. But I like that it was just Kamala on the cover. I'm not going to take away from that. Kamala's on the cover of Vogue.
I like that
Woo-woo.
she got a cover and Melania never did.
All right, now, if you're feeling overwhelmed with the events of this past week, trust me, you are not alone. We are only a few days into 2021, people, and you guys are already feeling very stressed out. So much so that recently, author and activist Mina Harris tweeted out, "Someone tell me, is it okay to quit dry January? This is too much." I'm cackling at all of the doctors and therapists like, you good, give it up, girl. So, Lonnie, our resident spokesperson for Dry January, because I've been praying for you every day, girl. Since you recently shared that you are participating in Dry Jan, I want to know, are you still holding strong, girl?
How's it
Let
going?
me tell you something. Let me tell you.
Okay.
When all that stuff was happening, I put out a tweet because all of my followers was
I saw
losing
you.
it. Because I got a whole group of people that's January people, dry January people. And I told them, I said, I'm not about to let a bunch of losers get me off of my plan. And I tell that to
There you
anybody.
go.
If your plan was to stay dry, honey, I ain't had a Chardonnay, a shot of wild turkey, Hennessy since December 31st.
Yes! Look at God. You
Is that-
better keep
is
drinking
that
on
vodka
to
in
that
in that bottle?
Hold on.
Listen,
I'm waking up.
God's
I wouldn't
unchanging
have made
hand.
it to January 6th. If I did that, I wouldn't have made it to January 6th. It's already been a tough
Guys,
year. A friend of
I
mine,
can't
Natalie, goes,
remember
I
the
knew
last drink I
2021
had.
would suck.
You know what? In all seriousness, though, what I did do, because I was feeling some type of way, and I normally would go and have a drink, I went and I took a walk to the beach and I meditated, and it really helped me to focus in my mind. And I told people, I said, you know what? Give a break to the news for a little bit. Go watch something funny. Go watch something light. Look at your kids. Do not give in. If you have a plan, we're going to make it through this dry January. Okay? Don't let these people get you off.
Don't look at your kids. You'll be drinking. Don't look at your
Go,
kids.
go,
Take us out,
Lonnie.
Don't look at your kids.
I
You'll
am
be
not
drinking.
here to knock you off your train, man, girl. Everybody who's joining Lonnie, congratulations. I am with you
Yes,
in
right.
spirit.